Hi guys, it's KJM and I'm back with another countdown to Christmas movie review. Last night at 8 p.m. Eastern, Magic and Mistletoe premiered, starring Lindy Greenwood and Paul Campbell. And Paul is one of them heavy hitters on Hallmark. He was in Three Wise Men and a Baby last year. He was in Dating the Delaney's. Paul has really grown on me. It's taken me some while to warm up to his acting, but now he's one of my favorites on Hallmark. So, okay, Magic and Mistletoe, I'm just going to give it like a 7 out of 10. First of all, I had a lot of trauma. I have seen Lindy Greenwood before. She was in last year's Kwanzaa/Christmas movie with Holly Robinson Pete. I can't remember what that movie was called, but Lindy, why are we rocking curly bangs? Like, curly bangs gives me so much trauma. Curly bangs should stay in the 80s. I'm not even that comfortable with bangs, but especially curly bangs, I just wasn't feeling it. And I know that Hallmark is trying to get into their diversity and inclusion, and maybe you didn't have somebody black doing your hair, but the curly bangs is a no. Like, you need to get you like a different look. You really need to do it. So, yeah, so let me tell you the premise of this movie. So Harrington Davis is the author of the Magic and Mistletoe series, which the first book he wrote when he was like 18 years old. Now he's about to release his 6th series of the Magic and Mistletoe series. And I think it's like a children's book, right? And it's got a fairy in it and some other stuff. So anywho, right before the 6th release comes out, he makes a Facebook page where he says, Mistletoe, which is the town that he's from, they're just, Christmas is all about capitalism and everybody's just all about making money. And he's just not down with Christmas this year. And you can imagine how messed up that is when you're an author of Christmas books and you're about to have another book come out. So now his publishers start to worry. They sent a PR exec, April, to gather Harrington all the way together. She does. She gets him to go back to Mistletoe where everything started for him. And we find out that this author is actually grieving the loss of both of his parents. And Christmas to him meant having his parents around. And we all can understand, because as much as y'all see me doing these reviews, I am not a Christmas person. The Christmas season/winter season is the most depressing for me. It's a time that if I'm not taking my vitamin D3, like I'm having out-of-body experiences, it's a very hard time for me. So that's why when I do these reviews, like I pull it together. I'm actually not a Christmas person. I do observe Christmas, but is it my favorite season? No. And every year I'm always wishing that it will be my favorite season and maybe I'll fall in love during Christmas and finally like it. But I wasn't big on it when I was a kid either, which I know most kids are, very big on Christmas. So I have no idea what it is with me and Christmas, but we're just always at a mismatch. Also, December is a month where I lost a lot of loved ones that I really care about. So it's just an overall tough month. So when y'all see me pushing through these reviews, just know it's not because I love Christmas. It's because I love Hallmark. But Christmas is their best time of year. And for Hallmark, Christmas only comes 2.5 months a year. So therefore, I got to get my stuff together and do these reviews whether I like it or not. Plus, I love you guys so much, and your positive comments keep me going. Okay, back to Magic and Mistletoe Lane. We're going to leave the curly bangs alone, and we're going to get into it. So basically, Harrington is kind of like a Scrooge. He's not really into Christmas. April, the publicist, the PR from his publisher's, company, basically says she's going to try to remind him of what Christmas can mean to him. We see the sparks start to fly with the two of them, and these two did have chemistry. As a matter of fact, Paul reminded me, playing the character Harrington, he reminded me that he could be one of those cute, funny, yet deep guys that, you start to have feelings for when you least expect it. So we see that happening between Harrington and April, but can April get him together in this Christmas season? She does. She has him on a press tour where he's apologizing for that terrible anti-Christmas post. Basically, he lets people know that he is human, he is grieving, He misses his mom. The town of Mistletoe rallies around Harrington because they loved his parents too. They understand his grief. And he's also seeing that being an author, the town wants more than just money, revenues from him writing books about their town. They also love him as a person, and they really loved his family. Now, one thing I really loved about this movie is all the children in this movie were so stinking adorable. Whether they were dressed up in fairy costumes, I mean, they were just so stinking cute. Hallmark, you casted some wonderful child actors. Like, I oohed and awed all the way through. I was like, they're just so cute. And that the children were some of the highlights of this movie. Now, for me, the writing was kind of slow. I didn't have a problem per se with the acting, but the writing was kind of slow. Something about the writing, this reminded me of a Hallmark movie that maybe Hallmark would have done 10, maybe even 15 years ago. Not that fresh of a storyline. It just seemed like it was dragging, and that's why I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. I love Lindy. I love Paul. I thought the leads had chemistry together, which is really important, but unfortunately the writing was lacking to me. I mean, April did get Harrington together, and then she does fall for him and he falls for her. And she saves his career along with reminding him of why he loves the town of Mistletoe. But it was just okay for me, guys. It was just okay. And it wasn't the worst thing I've seen, because Never Been Christ is the worst movie I've seen on this year's countdown to Christmas, followed by that Haul Out the Mess, Lit Up mess with Lacey. So it's not the worst. But we've seen Paul Campbell do Three Wise Men and a Baby. We've seen him in Dating the Delaney's. We've seen him in so many amazing movies. And I felt like Hallmark chose this script and it wasn't a good script for Paul. There's just better things he could have done. Even though there were some parts, sometimes I really did understand his character. I think he did a good job of starting off as a Scrooge and then making us understand that he's someone that is just grieving. So, yeah, Paul's career Harrington's career is saved. He gets the girl. April's happy. They're in Mistletoe. The 6th book comes out. He does a special edition signing for the town of Mistletoe. And then the freaking movie ends. Once again, it's no to the curly bangs. Lindy, you are a beautiful woman, but it's no to the curly bangs. That's very 1980s, and it was just very distracting. And I think it's that same hairdo you had for the Kwanzaa movie last year that you did with Brooks Darnell. It's just like, don't let Hallmark punk you. Okay, there are better wigs, hairstyles. And if it is your real hair, there's better hairstyles. Like, please, I was so distracted by these curly bangs. And this isn't even, let's just, moving forward, let's all say no to curly bangs. Even when Tia and Tamara were doing it, in the sister stages, I had a physical reaction, and they're also two beautiful women. But it's just a no for me with the curly bangs, and it was just a throw, it just threw me off. It threw me for a loop. So Magic and Mistletoe, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10, and I'm being kind of kind with my scoring because I got through it. I didn't get an instant headache. There were worse movies, but I just feel like both Lindy and Paul deserved a better script. I felt like after seeing My Norwegian Holiday last Friday, I was like, baby, maybe Hallmark is saving the best for last, and they're going to give us a really strong December of movies. Last year, November was their strong month, and even end of October had some strong movies. But December, not a lot of great movies premiered last year. So I was hoping Hallmark was going to do something different, but I don't know. Well, tonight it'll be Christmas on Cherry Lane. There's a lot of heavy hitters in that movie, so let's see if Hallmark is able to do better there. All right, Magic and Mistletoe. Once again, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Shout out to Lindy. Shout out to Paul. It's KJM, and I'm out. Let me know if you saw this, what you thought about it. 7 out of 10. That's the best I could do because I just was not invested in this storyline at all. All right. Oh my God, I just burped. See you guys at the next review. I'm so embarrassed.